Good morning. I'm Rhonda Burkhart with HCC, and today we are going to discuss report bundles, creating, scheduling, cloning. We've already done a report bundle webinar back in the fall, but we'll just do a review. There are some things, especially the cloning, that has been a recent addition, which should, we're very happy to see that. So, but first, we're going to look at HCC's website. I'm going to share my screen. Do that. And things blocking my screen. Okay. So on HCC's website, we have the finance and the state software redesign. And then you have the training recordings. So what we've done is we've updated our recording links to go to YouTube. So you will no longer need the password to view our recordings. So for an example, if we'll just do maybe the 5-year forecast, and if we go here and then click on that, that should take us directly to the recording on YouTube, and then you can view that there. So it's just a new place that we're storing our recordings. They were not going to expire, and we have more control over our recordings. So so there we go. There's the start of that one from back when we did that. Okay. On our website for those of you who aren't joining, and just showing you what we did there with our training recordings. Does anybody have any questions regarding accessing training recordings through here and through the YouTube? Okay. And Tanya, please monitor the chat, and just in case we have any questions through there. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started with the report bundles. So I sent you all a guide on that, and that is, we're going to go through a couple of different things. We're going to do the saving for the monthly archive. And so there's an example of how you would do that. You would go into the report bundles, create that, set that up, and save it, and then you'd schedule that right there. So the big important thing here is this: send your output to this exact stream of characters, I'd say, for the event month should be done, and it should be saved for the event of posting period close completed event. So it should be saved for that event and sending the output to the event month. You can do different things as far as doing it for the calendar year end. Maybe if there's some reports you'd want to save for the calendar end or the fiscal year end, you can do that as well. So we'll go ahead and look at an example here. So go into the report and the report bundles. Go report bundles. And so this month-end bundle has been set up. And so that would be there. You'd edit that. And so here we can see this example of how that is with the posting period close completed. So we'll just create another one. So just the create, and then we'll just say month-end bundle. That when you do your bundles, you want to make sure that each name is unique. So if I would have to do month-end bundle 2, and maybe I want to set this up as month-end. Same thing there. and maybe I want to add a couple of reports. Maybe I want to say month-end bundle for food service. We'll do that. And maybe I want to create some reports to send to our food service director. So I'll just maybe make some current, and you can start typing in characters, and it will kind of narrow down the field of your report choices. So maybe we have this here, and I just typed in CUR for current, and that popped up. So there's two choices there. There's your default report, and then there's a save and recall report, which I created earlier. So we can add that one. This is the food service month-end bundle. We can add that on there. And then you can also do some pretty nifty things where, let's say I want to edit this report, and editing the report in the bundle will edit it just for what gets sent out of the bundle. So if I edit that here, maybe we've got food service, you know, maybe I want to put food service, month end, I don't know. But I'm just trying to make it look a little bit different than the standard one. So, and you can arrow over if you want to make any kind of different items here. And then to save the changes that we made, you know, if you wanted to save anything on your report parameters, you could do that there. To continue on will save. So continuous save. Cancel will just take it back to where it was. You're not saving anything. And then if you just want to try it out and see if that's the report you want, you can just generate the report right there. I'm going to continue. So, and then you can see on the title here, that title was saved. So we changed that title, and that will be saved. So we're just using that one as an example there. We're just going to save that as an example. And then we're going to schedule that. So it's this third one right here. And we're going to hit the clock button to schedule it. And we wanted to do, it's a month-end bundle. So we want to do it for an event. And that, we're going to scroll down to our posting. Takes a little searching down there. See, there's a fiscal period close event, and then up there's also I think a calendar one somewhere. There's a fiscal one, posting period close completed event. That's right. See, there's the calendar year one. Posting period close completed event. So there's different types of events you might want to do that for. This is a pretty popular one. And then sending that output to, that is that FTTP, but maybe for this one, I just want to send it to, you know, I think I had Betty Crocker or something in the, at ABC District. And then the archive type, you can send it several different ways. The most popular choice is a single notification, a single email with multiple attachments. So if we had several different reports, then it would complete, you know, have all of those reports sent through as one email. And then you'd save that. And then that would be sent at, you know, to Betty Crocker here for the posting period close completed event as the single notification. It's going to send that report, it's going to email that to Betty's email address. So that's a good one. And then this is also good for, they've made some changes in the software where they're going to start doing a multi-factor authentication. You probably received a notice from David Downs about that. And when they do that, it's going to make some changes. The FISC web that we had started back in the fall and before that, because of those changes, that isn't going to work as we had planned it to. So doing it this way, to send report bundles to your staff at regular intervals, is a good alternative to that. And it will do it automatically, so it frees up time for your treasurer staff. You know, if they, it already does it automatically. So we could do that, say with this food service bundle up here at the top, you could schedule that. And maybe, you know, Betty Crocker wants it. We're going to do a cron this time. So that cron is just evenly spaced time. And for that, I use this application called Cron Maker. This is just a personal favorite of mine. There's others out there. But if we wanted to send reports to the food service director, say every Monday at 7 a.m., then we could send this Monday. And then notice this is in military time. So we're just going to say we're going to send it to her at, I'll go really early in the morning. We're going to go 6:30 every Monday morning. And so it's going to go weekly as well. There's different options here, maybe monthly if you want to do it monthly, but weekly, every Monday at 6:30 a.m. And then it's going to, if you select this generate, it should be generating that expression. Let's try that again. Monday, 6:30, generate, there it goes. Okay, down there at the bottom. So, and it gives you when the next time they're going to get it. So this one would be March 11th, Monday at 6:30, March 18th, on down the line. So the cron expression you want to copy, just click, hold, and drag with your mouse right here. And you can see kind of the little parts in there. There's the 6:30 and it's Monday. And then copy that. And then you would go back to your scheduling, paste that in there, and then we'd be sending that to Betty Crocker. District. Okay. Single with multiple. And then you'd save that, and that would be scheduled for every Monday at 6:30 to send it. So that's another good way to do that for sending reports to people on a regular basis. It's going to do it automatically, no extra effort. Once you get it set up, then you're good until maybe you would have a position change, you know, maybe somebody retires, something like that. There has to be some kind of a personnel movement. And at that point, you would have to go back in and set that up if you have an email change or maybe a frequency change, whatever that is. So then the next thing we were talking about would be the cloning. And for that, we've had some instances where there's been movement, again, in personnel. Maybe a treasurer has moved on from one district or retired, and then a new treasurer has taken that person's place, and the report bundles have failed. So an example I took for that. So here is where I've taken a snapshot where we have had a month-end report bundle fail right there. And we're going to say that was from a treasurer change. And so, you know, these were set up perfectly. We love those. You know, a person knew exactly what they're doing, or maybe you need to make a slight change or something from the prior treasurer. And so you would need to clone that job. And an important thing to do is you need to change the report bundle name or it won't be updated. So that's a big takeaway here. So we'll show an example of that. So we'll say we've got our month-end bundle. We're going to view that. We're going to hit the clone button here. And so then this is month, and we'll just call it the same thing we did in the guide, the 2024. And so for this one, I've got one item in there. Maybe I want a financial detail report for July. I'm going to add that one in there. Select that, add that, and then maybe I want another financial for the current period. I'm going to add that. And maybe I want a cash summary. So we've got a nice little group of reports here. And then we could go in here and edit these. And it's only going to affect these report bundles. And you can actually add in month end, continue that. Same here. Or maybe for this one, maybe we want to do, oh, I don't want this calendar year. Maybe I want checks only. You can do that. I'm going to go over here. I want to only make this for checks. Okay. And continue that one. And maybe we'll edit the rest of these and just say these are month end. Just a note, these, just remember to hit continue. Month end, continue. All right, so if we go over here, you can see the report titles have changed. So if we saved these, maybe they're a little bit different. So maybe you want to save that outstanding disbursement summary. There's the one that's saved is usually the current month, and it would be nice to have it saved where it's for all the outstanding checks. So especially if something happens, you have to go back and maybe pull that report and you don't have it saved in your district file. It's nice that it would be in your file archive. So that would be a good one, either the checks only or just for everything, to set that up as a month-end bundle and then save that. And then, so for this one, we'd go ahead and schedule that. And so I'll go ahead and I would schedule this one. If I want it saved in the end of the month, I would use that posting period close completed event and then that FTP address, which is here in that event month. So, and when they save, and here's an example of where I did the check, and then I actually did an accounts payable. That would be a thought too. When they save, when you close the period, get back in here. If you don't change the name and it's the same as another report, it will add it as a 1 next to it. So if it was outstanding disbursement summary report, it would have, you know, the 1 in the brackets there, and it would include that in there when you're closing the period. So if you change that title, then it will save it with that new title, which gives it a little bit more, you know, it's like, well, what's the one with the 1 and what's the one? Was that when I reclosed the period? You know, so it's kind of nice to have a distinct title in those if you're doing a separate month-end bundle and saving those extra reports in there for month-end. All right. So do we have any other questions? I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. See if we have anything. Is there any other questions? Okay, you can always put in a ticket, ask us any questions you have. We'd be glad to go through this. We have a couple of other webinars that we've got coming up, and those are more towards the AP for one of them, which is the vendor new hire report. So that is the accounts payable side. As far as the USPS side, that would be like the ODGFS report. But on the AP side, that's the vendor new hire report. So we're going to be covering that in our next webinar. We're also going to be discussing report budgeting. So that's coming up, the budgeting. And then we're also going to do a webinar for inventory. So if you have any other suggestions, would be glad to cover those topics for you. We're just trying to make redesign work the best for everybody. If there aren't any other questions, we'll go ahead and wrap up. And again, this will be posted on the YouTube link. It will be the same HCC, and then you just click on that and it would go straight to YouTube. So if there aren't any other questions, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.